Sometimes I like to start without my glasses.
Oh, okay.
It's too late. We already started.
They saw
I
it.
wish.
They
Yeah.
saw behind the curtain.
Supposedly I got to start without the glasses because that's the picture that starts the whole show with. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Live from My Mother's Basement. You got your ears on, you got your eyes open, you ready to watch the show tonight or late afternoon here in Los Angeles, California. Obviously, we're not in the real basement. It's 5 o'clock here in North Hollywood, California, where it's raining really, really hard. We actually got doused with a couple of buckets of rain while my guest was coming in the front door. But as a gentleman, I did try to go out there with an umbrella and escort you in.
You did try.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my friend, actor, producer, Jayson Bernard. What's up?
How you doing?
Thank you so much for coming over,
Thanks for
man.
having me. It's
Really-
been a while.
It's been a while since we saw each other in
Yeah.
person. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, how we know each other, what project we worked on together, what project we're going to work on together again in the future, hopefully, and how it's raining cats and dogs outside, and there's a puddle in front of my house, got to be at least 2 feet deep.
Oh, I thought that was your pool. That's not your. That's not your pool.
That's my rainwater jacuzzi.
Oh,
I don't even know where originally you're from.
I was born in Cleveland, but I like to say I'm from Chicago because I spent most of my life growing up there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know that. For some reason or other, when we were working on a project, which is a great movie. It's called Four Cousins and a Christmas. I was very lucky to have a nice role in this project. We're going to talk all about it. It's doing really, really well. It's a Christmas-styled, Hallmark styled, jolly good lucky, have some fun Christmas Carol movie, which is doing really, really great. We'll talk about that, how we met on the set and how I thought he was a different type of an actor in the beginning. And then I'm like, wow, okay.
What kind of? I can't wait to hear that. I want to hear what kind of actor.
Well, all right, we got to get into that. And I thought you were a California guy.
No. I've been in California for about 6.5 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm actually here longer than you.
Oh, very much so.
Wow.
Yeah, you have deep roots here.
I
I'm
got-
a baby tree.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You like it? You having a good time?
Now that I have found my tribe, I think it took about 2.5 years or so for me to kind of like it. It's
That's
not,
like everybody else, especially if you're coming from Chicago.
Oh yeah, you're from New
Jersey.
Jersey. It's kind of like it's a different breed of people. It's just different. So it took me a while to get used to LA.
I think it takes everybody a long time to get used to Los Angeles, especially if you're in show business, because we're in LA. There are other places that are called California. This is Hell A. Hell A. It's different.
I like that.
And it's hard to get adjusted. Then if you're in the entertainment business, you get your tribe, which I'm thinking he's saying family. And then all of a sudden you feel like, I don't know if I even like this tribe anymore. I want a new one. Where'd they go? Everybody left.
I want a more successful tribe.
Yes. Can we get more of a tribe? Move just a little closer to me because our Instagram camera.
Oh, okay. I'm
is,
drifting away from
you
Instagram.
Don't drift. Instagram. Hi, Instagram, everybody. We're going to have some fun. Hey, everybody down here on Facebook Live. Don't forget, you can send us money while we're talking tonight. A couple of bucks. All you got to do is hit that button. We'll hear that bell and we will yell your name. So send us some cash, 50 cents, $1. He could use a couple of bucks because he's going to need to get coffee to get out of here because it's freezing outside. Chicago and New Jersey, New York, I might even throw in Boston. Best actors.
Duh.
That was a quick agreement, right? So much talent comes out of the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I read in your resume about being part of the Groundlings. I said Groundlings.
Second City.
Groundlings is here.
Yep. I
Was Groundlings in Chicago?
I think they did have a version of it, but I can't remember. Things were changing so rapidly in Chicago with comedy, while I was there. I think the Growlings were somewhere in there, but I was there during the time that Second City was thriving, and they just got IO, IO Just was opening there, and that was kind of building. So those are the two things that
Don't hit the
I'm
table.
touching the table.
Remember, mommy's here. Get your hands off the table.
Get your hands off the table. Um, the Growlings, I'm sure they were there. I'm just not familiar with them there in Chicago.
Sketch comedy groups,
Hmm.
classes, some of the best in the world are in Chicago and Los Angeles,
Wait,
of course, New
you
York.
said some of the best. The best, I think you meant.
The best, the best. Now, because now you got. Don't forget Toronto, Canada.
Toronto is really good.
They
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
incredible sketch comedy training. I can't think of the one. Of course, Yuck Yuck's on tour.
Yep.
The Just for Laughs Comedy Festival, and there uh, was the Groundlings in Canada.
That's such a. I'm not familiar.
Second City?
Yeah, Second City. They're here now in Los Angeles, and
Are they?
yeah, there was one down in Hollywood for a while. I don't know if it's still there, but they were here. I don't know if they survived
The
the
COVID.
COVID, but they
Can't do
were here.
sketch without somebody else.
You got, yeah. You can't do anything. Well, we're here in North Hollywood, just at the table here.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
We're doing sketch right now.
Right. It's all written.
I was never part of these sketch comedy classes, but I actually always wanted to be. I was almost a little bit nervous of doing it because I grew up going to acting school so much. I thought that if I was to take a class in the Groundlings or Second City, it would throw me off my game as being an actor. And then lo and behold, what do? I become a comedian,
Yeah.
which is the complete opposite. But I did take stand-up classes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
And to this day, I recommend anybody who wants to do stand up go learn. Go learn this art form because it's very different. You never know what you're going to get.
It's so funny, because I've seen, you perform many, many times, and
Thank you.
I feel you can get taught certain things, but there's just certain people that got it.
Well, yeah.
And I feel like, obviously I wouldn't sit here if I didn't think you had it. So you
got
got
it.
it. You got
I
it.
got it.
But yeah, I think those classes are great, for teaching people just to get out of their own head. And, I think it does advance you, in your career or in your art form if you go and do those things.
I would think Second City in a sketch comedy class teaches you how to free your mind to just go anywhere when they say things like, okay, we're channeling. What is it? What it called when they
Be a
say to
tree.
the audience? They say to the audience, okay, give us a situation, and then you do the situation.
Yeah, yeah. Give us a word.
Word?
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, those were always fun for me. We incorporated those, games in our shows because people like them. They like to go in there and
Yeah.
do that stuff. And then you always get the heckler or the idiot who's got to yell out something
Something
ridiculous.
that's
But those
impossible.
are the most, yeah, but those are the most fun. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, okay, I got you.
Be a tree with
Yeah.
apples.
Be a tree.
It's got to be an apple.
Yeah, yeah. It's always yes and, so, you don't tell them no, you just do it.
So Second City in Chicago, were you taking acting classes as well? As that's where you, so-called would cut your teeth before you went out into the world to.
Yeah, I thought that I thought I was going to be a stand-up comedian.
Oh, really? You
I
wanted to do stand-up?
I did at first. I wasn't good at it. I was better, feeding off of people and situation. I never got that skill. I'm too much of a control freak. You know what I mean? So I never got that skill where I could go in there. People are like, Jayson, you're so funny. Jayson, you're funny. Just go up there and tell your story. And I never. Oh, we got some. What do we got? That
It's
Instagram.
raining outside, so we got some interference.
Instagram interference, instaference.
Stay with us, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun. There's alcohol on the table. Trust me. We got this shit going on. Hey, Alex, how you doing? It's nice to see you. All right. Man, oh, man.
There we go. So you need a wide.
I always wanted so badly to be in the sketch comedy classes, and I never did it. And there's one out here in Los Angeles. I think she called it Jack Rabbits. And I've gone to see the shows, and it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the what is the one that's on television, and they come up with the greatest things so fast.
Oh, that's
Whose line is it
Whose
anyway?
Line is it anyway?
Yes.
Yeah. What that was Drew Carey's show at one point, wasn't it?
Correct. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that show is really fun. I like that show a lot. Yeah, yeah, and then those guys are. Sometimes you wonder if they've written it out, but it's not. That's what they
Yes.
they just do it.
I start to think.
Yeah.
So how long were you doing Second City?
I was there for the whole run of their classes, A through D or whatever it is, and then back when I was doing it, you had to audition for the conservatory. So I auditioned and I got into the conservatory, and then I ran that course, and then we did shows. I was doing shows for a while. We got to perform, on nights that Bill Murray was there.
Oh, no kid. Wow.
Yeah, he was really funny. And, he would go across I always say his best work was at the bar across the street from Second City. He would, there was a piano there and stuff like that.
He's a drinker.
Yeah. So that's where a lot of the best comedy was after the show, across the street at the bar, everyone would do their shtick.
But it's a cool camaraderie, I think, most of the time when you're doing sketch comedy with a bunch of funny people who allow you to have a funny moment and then get in the game. A lot different than studying a script, making sure you're strong on lines, and doing a scene with some sort of drama attached to it. So you went to hey, there's the money, $200. Thank you so much, everybody. 200. Send us more. The guy's name's Mike Marino. I appreciate you, Mike. Start a trend. We need some cash.
Nice.
We need to buy umbrellas. It's raining out here. You can get them on the street for $3.
I need some galoshes.
We need another ding ding. The galoshes.
Galoshes.
So, well, hey, listen, coming from Chicago, I'm sure you're familiar with the rain. Remember when we were kids and you had galoshes, but you couldn't get the galosh on because it was too dry, so you put your feet in plastic bags, and then you took your foot and shoved it in the galosh.
I still do that.
My mother used to make us use Wonder Bags.
Use the Ziploc. Yeah. Oh yeah. You had
Wonder
Wonder
Bag.
Bag.
We were done with the white bread. You put
brand.
it. Hey, we got money.
The Wonder Bread.
We got money. Speaking of bread, I went to the supermarket the other day. Bread was like $7 for just a regular Ralph's thing of white bread.
Yeah.
And eggs was $8. $8 for eggs.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the wrong country, man.
Some lady I won't say the store name, but she cut. I was saying $8.49 for eggs. I'm starting my shtick with her. And she's like, you can buy a duck for $4 online, and those things shit out eggs like every week.
That's hilarious.
And I'm like, I don't want a duck in
That's
my house.
hilarious.
I want eggs.
Eggs are $8. Yeah, but you can get a duck
For $4 online. She actually wrote down, the name of the duck and what it was and everything. And I was like, oh, thanks.
Maybe a laid a golden egg. Get the hell out of here.
Send us $4.
What'd you do with the
and we'll
golden
send
egg?
you
I
a
scrambled
duck.
it.
We ate the duck for Christmas.
You ate the golden egg? Well, what were we supposed to do? Chicago, the Windy City. You don't seem like you have an accent from Chicago at all.
Only when I get mad.
Really?
Yeah, it comes and goes. Some people, it was funny. We went to, this is funny. This isn't made up. One night we just finished your show over in North Hollywood, and we went across the street. And the guy asked me for my ID, and I go, oh, and I gave it to him. He goes, oh, Chicago. You're from Chicago. And I'm like, how did he knew that from just me having that one, little bit with him, But sometimes people can tell, and sometimes people just think I'm a raging homosexual.
Where would they get that from? There is a distinct accent from Chicago. You can't hear it. And there are some people in Boston, you hear it very, very quickly.
Right.
However, they know that there's different areas of Boston where they sound different amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. When you get first to right to the Hyannis and Eastland and Provincetown and everything, they start washing out a little bit, and you can hear a little bit of Boston because they're over the bay there or whatever they are. What is that? They got to take the ocean to get over there. The ferry. The ferry. Yeah, the ferry. But you can start hearing them a little bit, a little bit of Boston over there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot what that's called. There's like the North End.
The north end.
There's a lot of different accents in the state of New Jersey, and then believe it or not, the outer boroughs of New York City all sound completely different from each other until they come to California. Then they all sound like they're from New York. So your accent's not in there. So
No.
7 years ago, you decide, okay, I'm going to Los Angeles for the career of acting.
hmm Yeah, we came here because we had a film my company was doing, J&R Productions, and we thought, hey, let's just make the plunge and go. And we were filming here, and we knew that we'd be here for a year anyway, filming and putting the movie through post and everything. So we, planned very well. We thought you never plan really well coming here,
No.
and we came here, and we did well, since then. We've, kind of done maybe a film to two films a year, or a lot of commercial work and stuff like that for the company. And then for myself personally, it's taken a little longer to pick up, people always tell you as an actor, you don't get noticed for 8 to 10 years, for casting directors and everyone to notice you. I've been a little bit more fortunate, I'm starting to pick up, more steam now, so it took me for about 5 or 6 years for people to notice.
It's not easy.
Me.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you were working on your career in Chicago for a while, then you start to wonder, should I really go someplace else because I have some steam here?
Yeah.
And then you think, well, maybe I'll go get better steam over there. And you never really know. Now, where I am in my career is I'm everywhere. Whereas I thought coming here would be the best place to go. And for the most part, it was.
hmm
But now I'm booking gigs in different parts of the country, no matter where I am.
And that's the dream.
And
You want
it
people
is the
to
dream.
know
I'm
you're
happy.
everywhere. You don't want them to know one pond.
No.
You want the whole, what did I call it before? The bay.
The lake, the
The
bay,
lake.
the ferry,
The ferry.
the causeway.
The water, that separates the accents.
You mentioned we, my company, you
hmm
produce, you put together. How'd that even happen? I mean, you formed a production company, started making projects and put yourself in it, or you were asked to do it? How does one actually become a production company that makes these type of projects?
It's exactly what you just said. I was getting cast for things I didn't, I didn't feel like showed me, what I was capable of doing. The funny part is I was never cast in anything comical or, anything funny. I was always in like, a stereotype or something like that, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. So I wanted to show people what I could do. So I opened my own company. Well, the company came a little bit later. I started to film things and putting it out there. And we did a little independent series that had 6 episodes called Family Values that did really well on Amazon Studios for a while before Amazon, is what it is today. And it got to show me as a lead in a series. And we started to get noticed for it, and people like our tax attorney and things like that were like, you gotta have something to ground it, you need a company or something. So that was how we started the company. After we put the show out, we kind of did it backwards.
Well, who actually is we? Because you always say
We is me and my business partner and partner in life, Roberto. So J&R is Jayson and Roberto Productions. Real complicated. It took us a long time
I
to
met
come up with
Roberto.
that name. It was hours and hours of negotiation of coming up with that name. It was very difficult
Really?
to come up with.
Roberto. All right, so Roberto is your
Jayson and
partner in
Roberto.
crime, your
Yeah.
partner in business.
Yeah, he wanted his initial first, but
I thought he was going to come here with you tonight. I figured he was going to drop in and
he
say
don't
hello.
we don't leave the house.
He don't
That's
do
why
nothing?
my initials first.
All right, so then why don't we just go right to that show that we met so we could talk a little bit about it, and I could explain why I thought you were a different actor when I met you on the set. And I didn't know whether you were having producing qualities on that show. Were you producing on that too?
I did produce the film with Maria. It was I did do that one.
All right. You guys, we talked about a project I did. It came out 2 Christmases ago, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Roberto?
Is he on there? Yelling at me. Hi, Mike.
Hey.
I'm here.
Hi, Roberto. We're talking about you.
Roberto does everything remote.
All right, man. It's nice to see you, kind of, and thank you, Marianne, for saying that. I appreciate it. We're gonna have everybody ask questions for our guests in a little while. Right now, we're going to talk about making a project called Four Cousins and a Christmas, which was not the actual working title when we went down to the set. I think it was called something else, right?
Pizza and wine.
Pizza and Wine.
Because it was based off of a play, and the play is called Pizza and Wine.
Oh, is that right?
And they it didn't register well or something with distribution, so they changed it for the film purpose. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Four Cousins and a Christmas stars Robert Davi, who I know from entertaining with, because he sings, and I was his opening act for many different big performances.
Really? I didn't
So
know
I knew
that.
him before we went down there.
I didn't know that.
And when I went on the set, he looked at me and goes, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "What are you doing here?" So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. They grabbed
Robert Davi. Robert Davi's always on the internet. He's been in a lot of movies. And of course, he was all over the internet the other day because the kid won the Oscar from being in the movie The Goonies. So they know each other from a long, long time ago.
Yep.
And Robert, I think, moved to Florida. He's out there singing now, and he does a whole Sinatra show. So,
And one of my
happy.
jackets.
He's got one of your jackets.
He took one of my jackets from wardrobe, and
No kidding.
I hope he's wearing it on the road.
Davi, give back the jacket.
Davi, where's my jacket?
Get the jacket. Also in the project is Nick Totoro.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Totoro, who I see every once in a while from, he lives in the neighborhood. He's a great guy.
Terry Polo.
Terry Polo. Okay, so Terry Polo, I guess, would be the main star of the project, and then the four girls. Who am I missing?
Your comedy. I don't know if you've ever worked with him, Mike Minoche.
Oh yes, I'm the one who got him in the film.
Yeah.
I know.
Nice.
I know Mike Lenoche very, very well. He's a
Lenoche,
great
oh.
stand-up comedian. Also, Adam Sandler's nephew, Jared Sandler, is in the project, and of course you. Now, I remember going down to the set maybe the first or second day, and you were dressed kind of flamboyant, but you were acting like a tough guy. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a little confused here. What's going on in the world of this man? And then I saw you get like, I don't know if we were doing outtakes or whatever, and you were kind of talking like a mobster. And then you were going back and forth to that flamboyant character, if I could say it like that. You could describe it. I don't want to get in any trouble.
You're digging a hole, right? You're digging.
And I'm saying to myself, I want to do what he's doing. I want to do what he's doing because I do that character, Michelle. But the joke is, I actually have somebody in my family who's like that.
Yeah.
Every character I do is coming from somebody
based
that
off
I
of
know.
somebody. Yeah.
So if anybody was to say to me, I'm offended, I'm like, well, you should call the real person because they're not.
I'm just mimicking them.
They love it, actually. You know, my cousin called me up and goes, I don't talk like that. I'm like, you just did.
You just did it. Yeah. Well, don't you think all the best comedy comes from some sort of truth?
Yes.
Yeah. You know,
all of it.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
All of it.
That's what that's what makes it funny.
I remember you coming down the stairs in that scene with the
kimono.
big jacket.
Oh, okay. The
what
jacket.
is it called?
You're talking about the fur coat one.
Well, there was two. There was the
down
kimono
the stairs
with,
was
the,
the
with
kimono.
the red.
Yeah. That was
Yes.
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. The clothes were selected for me from the wardrobe people, and there were some things on there that were like for me, I don't really have anything like that. But I really don't. I own it, from shows and stuff, but I don't I don't go out and buy a fur coat. But the funny part was I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous and blah, blah, blah. As soon as I put it on, I went, oh, I'm wearing a fur coat. Yeah. So it was fun. The clothing does help, you get into the...
I feel different.
I feel different. I brought it. No.
If you had any kind of a role that you wanted to do and really get into it, that would be different. What exactly would that be? What would be like something you'd be like, you know what? No one would expect I could pull that off. That's what I want to do because I think like that.
I always want that. The badass cop. I've always wanted that. I see a lot of shows where people that come from our background, like Niecy Nash and people like that, who are doing serious roles but adding their own flavor to it. And I think that would be something I would really, really be interested in.
Yes. Actually, now that I see that, uh, I could see you being a really nasty police officer. And wouldn't it be great if people come up to you and you were a real asshole in
I
that
love
movie,
it. That's what I
right?
want. Yeah. Well, that part, a lot of
He's
people would
such
probably
a
say, "Well, he is
jerk.
an asshole." So like that part, they say that to me anyway. But I always think about that. I always think about like that. Where we can still add a little bit of our sense of humor to it, but we take it's real serious to us.
He's a dangerous
yeah,
man.
it's dangerous.
He's dangerous. How did you pull that off with all that Second City and you became such an asshole?
An
It doesn't
asshole.
work.
Again,
That's a good talent.
people are going to
It's a
comment.
good
He
talent.
is an asshole, so
Yeah.
you'll see it.
In the one particular scene, of course, everybody was drinking cocktails. And that's when he's coming down this staircase, and I guess you guys were singing, and everybody had a glass of wine, and it was cheery. And the reason why I said that, because now would be a good segue into the reasons why we have a bottle of wine sitting here on this table. Now, someone gave me this bottle of wine, but he knows more about it than I do. So why don't you show everybody, and then we'll pop it open. We'll have a glass of wine here at 5:15 in the afternoon.
So everyone that knows me knows that this.
Put it in the Instagram channel.
Oh, okay. Let me put it up there. Everyone knows me, knows
Yeah.
that this is my favorite red wine, and it was just a coincidence, a coinky dink.
19 Crimes. That's
That
what
you
it's
had
really
it.
called, the wine?
It's called 19 Crimes, and do we tell why? Or
Sure.
I think we Googled it to make sure that we are correct, and Snoop Dogg is actually on this one for California because they were trying to introduce a California red, and it's an Australian wine, and they put convicts that became, what was the word?
Celebrities?
The convicts that became
Influencers?
Yeah, probably. So they're good at what they're successful people. I do not know if Snoop Dogg is a convict, so please don't yell at us if we if we're implying that. I don't know if he's a convict.
I don't know a lot about wine. Supposedly I'm supposed to because I'm Italian.
Yeah.
What nationality are you?
Colonists, convicts turned colonists
Colonists.
from Australia.
Yeah.
That was why they named 19 Crimes after convicts. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So what nationality are you?
I am honky.
Can we
I
say
just
that?
told you I was from Ohio. I am. I'm a little dash of hillbilly.
Are you?
Yeah, yeah, just mutts. We're everything.
I'm a
We're
honky.
everything. Yeah, I'm a honky. A cracker.
He's a cracker. We're gonna
Not a flat cracker, because that's something different. We'll
we
talk
are
about
going to Gino Conley, a truly talented and hilarious man.
that. Oh,
You are phenomenal. Is that a friend of yours?
Gino is a friend of
Hi,
ours.
Gino.
He is a vet that we did a pilot for him for a show in Ohio that it is actually pretty cool. They were doing restoration for vets and people that were in the military that couldn't get their houses fixed.
Well, thank you for your service. Appreciate that. Somebody actually just said if I scan the barcode, it'll tell me a story.
Oh, okay. Let me
What
scan-
barcode? Oh, there it is.
Let me scan the barcode.
Boy, did the world change.
I know, right?
So we're going to have some of this wine right now. We have a couple of glasses here on the table, and we're going to celebrate
Page in here.
a successful movie called Four Cousins and a Christmas. And we're going to talk to you all about where you're going to find Jayson on the internet and other projects that he's in as a serious actor. We are looking for the story.
It's telling me to. Oh, I gotta scan it again. It says I had to put my age in there, and it broke the internet when I put my when I put my age in there. All right, let's see. It's not doing anything.
This whole barcode thing makes me feel
Yeah.
sorry for senior
Sorry.
citizens. How are they ever going to do anything? My father went to a restaurant the other day. They said, take a picture of the menu barcode. My father got up and walked right out the door. He's 86 years old.
We believe you.
He's
It's
got a
not
jitterbug
working.
phone.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
no, it didn't happen?
No, it's not working. I don't know what's going on.
Give it one last shot. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it keeps asking me my age. I think I broke it when I put it in the. And then it says, "Do we have the bottle or Snoop with us?"
The bottle.
Okay. Oh, scan the bottle now. Okay. All right.
There's all kinds of directions if you want to know the story.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, love your comedy, brother. Local NJ bro here. Thank you, V. Jenna. How you doing? Nice to see everybody.
Oh, why is Snoop on the bottle? There, we had to ask a question. It's going to tell us now. It's playing.
You might not have a car or a big gold chain. Stay true to yourself, and things will change.
There you have it.
Okay, so
Well, he doesn't know who he's talking to. You have a gold chain. You got it all.
I never wear chains. That was never my thing, man. When I was young, but I think the thing I would do when I was young is I wore silver. I
Yeah.
was never a gold guy because I have blonde hair and blue eyes. I was never that real Guido-looking Italian guy, quite honestly.
Yeah, I had the silver too.
Vinny from South Philly, how you doing, man? Oh, this does smell really, really good.
Yeah, it's good. So, I mean, I hope I don't get, attacked online here, but I like this wine with almost all of my Italian dishes. So, I'm
Wow,
just saying.
not to get off the beaten path, but he said Italian dishes. Are you a good cook? Are you the cook in your family?
I am a good cook.
Cheers.
I'm the only one in my house that knows where the kitchen's at. I love that wine.
Hey, that's really good. And look at this guy saying, each 19 crimes has a different story.
Yeah,
Is that 19 stories?
I feel like what I know, I could be wrong, you can correct me, but I think it's 19 criminals that were turned into colonists in Australia. Am I right? And then one of them, when they released the California wines, they put Snoop Dogg on there. Again, I am not saying that Snoop Dogg is a criminal.
Listen, right now everybody's saying crazy stuff.
I know.
Anywhere from salute to wine is good for the heart. And yesterday I did go on the treadmill and run to check myself out. Now, before we leave the subject matter of the movie that we did called Four Cousins and a Christmas, now playing, I believe, on Tubi. You could see it on the internet. Jayson came over tonight with a gift for me. And I really, really like this. I love gifts, but this is a picture of... Look at you. Look at your face.
Do we tell
This is
people
Jayson.
why?
Wait a minute. This is Robert Davi. This is Terry Polo. And me, Mike Marino. So let's see if we can't get a shot there. Boom. Isn't that great? Look at Jason's face. Looks like somebody slapped him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
You look great. And over there on Instagram, look, everybody.
That was the fur. I think I had the fur on there.
The fur coat.
Yeah. So I think I was telling Mike that I think that the reason why my mouth was open and I was surprised because I think that it was a take where Robert Davi actually said his lines right.
All right, here we go.
And I was shocked. No.
Don't be afraid, he's not here. There's Robert Davi, if you know. He goes all the way back to the movie The Goonies. He was in License to Kill. He always plays really great bad guys. In this movie, he actually plays a nice guy.
Yeah, and Die Hard too. He was a villain in Die Hard.
Yes,
Yeah.
Die Hard. He goes out on tour doing Sinatra reviews. I'm lucky to be his opening act, and I've done a lot of projects with him. But on the set, a lot of people were kidding around about what his lines were supposed to be, and maybe he didn't really read the script, and he should have got struck all that. These are just behind-the-scenes fun shit. But I will say this: wait a minute. There was a time where Nick Totoro didn't know why he was saying what he was saying. I don't know if you saw that. I don't
was
care.
there.
I'm going to say it. He did his lines, and somebody goes, "What?" He goes, "Didn't you read the script?" He goes, "No, I only read my lines." So his text didn't work.
He had another funny moment too, where in the movie there are some spiked gingerbread cookies, and there's 5 of them, and him and Raphael, the lead of the film, she's trying to do the scene with him, and they're trying to do the scene where it tells the math of where all the cookies are. And it's like, she goes, okay, Uncle Seb got one, and, then Angela has another, and then that makes 2, and then 3. He goes, 2 plus 2. He goes, so there's 4 out there. And she's like, no. So she's trying to, so they're trying to do like the scene, but she's like, it's written, like, he wasn't remembering the lines, but it didn't matter. She's like, even if you don't remember the lines, I'm telling you that 2 are gone. That means there's only 3 left. So it was really funny. He was trying to do this incredible math in his head.
I don't want to interrupt what you're saying, but I get excited because people actually have knowledge of this movie because they're writing in and they're saying who the character name was. So somebody just said Uncle Anthony. So I think Uncle Anthony was Nick.
And, Uncle Anthony was Nick, and then I was supposed to be his twin brother.
Is that right?
Yeah. I think the lines got cut,
Uncle
though.
Sep.
Yeah.
Who's Janine Marie? Hi, how are you? Hi, Janine. Thank you for writing in. Come to your left a little bit so we can be in the same
I'm
frame.
trying to read these things. I should have brought my bifocals, my old man bifocals.
Look at, wait a minute. You're a good cook. That's why I need to lose 100 pounds. That's Robert.
Hey, so someone knows.
Rosario.
Yeah, that was Uncle Seb. There's me. Yes, is that Jen's? Marie? Yep, you're correct. Uncle
What
Seb.
nationality is Roberto?
Roberto's Puerto Rican.
Rosario?
Rosario. And,
Where's he from?
Chicago.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
He's from the south side of Chicago. Yeah, he was born here. So his parents were from Puerto Rico. And then they moved here when they were younger, but he's never, he was born here, so in the States, so he's never been over there at all. I think he visited once, but they don't have any family there anymore.
Right.
His sister and his family and his father are still in Chicago. Mm-hmm.
Well, if you had all your choices and dreams to come true, what would be the ultimate goal for you in this industry? Because I know you like to produce. I'm sure you're a good director. Do you direct?
I've recently directed some commercial work.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I like it.
Would you like to direct a feature,
It's coming.
Is it?
It is.
All right. See?
It is coming. It will probably happen early summer next year. Mm-hmm.
Great. So your production company's doing good. Do you go out on auditions and stuff like that to be in other projects, or basically just do your own thing?
No, I audition a lot, which I'm grateful for. I have an amazing team. I audition quite frequently. I just did a spot for Emma Sleep, where I'm the one of the new spokespeople for Emma Sleep USA. I play the unemployed sleep fairy. So those are out there, those commercials, with my stomach hanging out. Yeah, those are out there. But I got that through an audition. Do you like
That's very
the
funny.
Unemployed sleep fairy?
It took me a moment.
I got to wear wings and everything, so I was really excited about it. Me and the first spot, me and Goldilocks and the Sandman are robbing a liquor store right down the street from your studio here. We did it, and so that was a fun spot. But I got that through an audition, and I audition a lot. I don't, obviously, it's a numbers game usually. It's like you audition 1 million times and you get like 2 things a year or whatever. If you're lucky.
I can't do the whole audition thing. To me, it's like you see what I do. I'm live on stage every night of the week somewhere. You want me or you don't.
Yeah.
I wish I had time to do that, but I would stop my touring to do that, and I like making money.
Yeah. Well,
But I'll always get, hopefully, work as an actor through my friends who are making projects who are like, let's call Mike. Let's see if he's okay. He's right for this role and stuff like that. That's how I've gotten the mass majority of acting roles.
Yeah, and it's, you have a niche, and like I think people know what they're getting when, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to call you up and, ask you to, play the second sister on the left.
Wait a minute.
We have seen you in the red wigs, but,
I'm trying.
But, yeah, they, I think people, that they know what they're going to get when they call you, and they know what you're,
Money.
Oh, Oh, galoshes.
Give us some 50 cents. And oh, look at this.
Thank you, Shannon.
Rose de Alessio wants to know, how long have you been a model? I'm
Kill
not
you.
kidding, man. Hi, Mike. Buenos Aires. Did Jason like being a model?
So
I'll leave the room on this. Go
I
ahead.
don't know if you're being mean or if you actually know that I was a model at one point. So
She's not being mean. No. Someone knows your career. They're looking you up.
I was a model for pretty much all of my 20s. I did. I was the first American Crew guy, for American Crew products. I was like that first.
No,
I
I'm
was
not
the
familiar
first
with
guy.
that. What is that?
He like the pomade and the, like it's
Crew.
a hair product, like American Crew.
Hair gel?
It's like they had a pomade and a shampoo. That's all they had when I.
No,
when
see,
I was
she
done.
knows you were a model.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
For those of you who are just listening, we're getting these really cool conversations from Shannon Brown and Rose D'Alessio. So these are people who know you. Someone says you look great.
Shannon
and-
is my co-star.
Oh, okay.
And Halloween. That was the film I told you that we moved out to Los Angeles to start. Shannon has his own company in Chicago, and they pump out 1 million films a year.
Nice. All right.
She's busy.
Love it, Shannon.
Yeah. Good friend. Rose, I think that you answered that for you. Oh, you knew I was. Yeah, I was a model for. I was a model 465 pizzas ago. After a long stint with pierogies, I decided that I couldn't model anymore. No, I liked modeling. Modeling was a gateway thing for me. Like I always wanted to entertain. I always wanted to perform. And the modeling was the low-hanging fruit at the time. And then as soon as I started speaking and acting, I didn't want to model anymore. So I let that go.
Isn't it amazing the lives that we have, that you actually have a background in modeling? I didn't know about it. And you, money, $200, we're getting rich.
Lashes.
But you said low-hanging fruit.
Mm-hmm.
But to a guy like me, I never even thought I could be a sneaker model.
Well, wait a minute. Weren't you a model?
No.
Well, I brought this for you to sign for me later. So this isn't a modeling picture.
No.
I brought this as a
Where'd you even
surprise.
get that?
I wanted you to sign it for me.
All right.
But that's a model. I think that's a model.
No, you know what that
No.
is? That's a photo session. That's like when I first came to California and I was doing, when you have a photo session and they say you have to have this look and you have to have this look, and they were doing it on lithos and it was a black and white photograph. So if you actually look, this is actually in Hollywood somewhere.
I wondered. I didn't know if this was lights or palm trees.
They're lights. And this was probably on Sunset Strip. Gosh, I was probably 24.
I know. Everyone's like, whenever I don't post old modeling pictures on America, everyone's like, oh, what happened? I'm like, fucking life happened.
I had a pizza.
I had a pizza.
This is hilarious, man.
I printed that out. I was going to have you sign it for me.
Even in what we wore back then was so much different, because these are like sweatpants. You remember when sweatpants kind of looked like this, and then you wore a sweatshirt?
Well, the sweatpants
In
are
reverse.
back in style now.
I hope so, because I'm selling them on the internet.
Everyone's wearing them on TikTok now.
Oh, I was asking you, what would be your favorite role to play if you were going to do something tremendous in either a movie or a TV show?
The cop thing, or I always like that great character, and I think it's fun that they're kind of like coming out with villains now that, if you're honest with yourself, you can understand why they do what they do. So I always found that was kind of a fascinating character. I always wanted to play someone who just did all the wrong things, but in their mind were for all the right reasons. A really, really deep, interesting character. It's like a serial killer maybe that killed for good.
I would, yes. I would like to play that type of a character too. I'm laughing because someone actually just wrote. Listen to this, folks. This is the comical stuff. I love this. This is from John Frieda, who's in New Jersey. Jayson looks like an attorney who lost my second divorce. I lost my house, my car, and my hefty bank account. Jayson, how are we going to work this out?
Well, it's New Jersey, so I'm expecting a bat's going to be involved. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that, but I'm willing to maybe give you some advice on how to sign up for Tupperware or some pyramid scams, and we'll get some of that money back for you.
Johnny Frieda actually plays one of the hitmen in my web series, Make America Italian Again.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really hoping that we can make my project again and do the second season. It was the pandemic that stopped us.
Yeah.
So, in what I like to do and what I enjoy is find comedy in almost every given situation. So, if we do Make America Italian Again Part 2, we can have you be in the show and we could come up with some really cool stuff. And who knows, maybe there'll be a scene where you come down the stairs in that kimono and your 19 Crimes wine, which I think would be hilarious. The Move, Doubt. Oh, the movie. Are you in a movie called Doubt?
Oh, no. He's saying that I remind him of the late Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, is that right?
That I get that sometimes, but I don't. That guy's brilliant. I'm not there yet.
Well, what exactly are you working on right now, and what did you just finish? And where can everybody out there watching right now find your work as a talent, or see some pictures of you as a model? It's got to be on the internet, right?
Yeah, a lot of it I'm trying to redo. I told you when I came in here, all my social media was hacked last month
Oh
and
man!
completely taken over.
So let's help out everybody. Come on, we got to
Please
start.
follow me. I'm a
We
loser.
got nobody's following him because
Yeah.
there's nowhere to be followed. That's got to suck. You spend hours and days and years trying to get a following, and then somebody
Takes it.
fucking ruins the whole damn thing.
And the
So
funny part is I was verified and Meta's not doing anything to help me. You know what I mean? Like they take forever to get back to you, so don't crash us for that.
there's got millions of.
But,
All right, we'll tell everybody where they can find you now.
I'm at Jayson Bernard. You can find Jayson Bernard on Facebook, Instagram, and I'm Boom Boom Bernard on TikTok. I just started TikTok, which I can't wrap my head around.
Boom Boom
Boom Boom
Bernard.
Bernard. That's what Monica used to call me in high school.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I thought that was a funny nickname I used to have. So I thought that was funny. But yeah, it does suck. People they took it over, and I got to start over again. So it was easier to start over than to deal with trying to find the account. So.
But what are the projects that you're working on?
We wrapped a film that we shot in Maryland and a week here in Los Angeles. It is called Gothic Slayers, and it'll be out this October. Really funny movie that I can't talk too much about yet because they haven't released anything. But that'll they'll start releasing some of that information next month. And then on Popstar TV, we finally had Kabucha Cure come out. That's a little medical comedy that's out on Popstar TV. I play the bad guy, the insurance man there. So I appear in about 3 to 4 of those episodes. And then the other films that are out, Devos. Devos is an amazing film. If you guys came from a theater background, or if you know any theater kids, that's got Tony Award-winning Marissa Jarrett Winokur. She hosts Big Brother. It's got Gary,
Sinise.
No, oh boy, I just blanked out. And then Nicole Sullivan's in that. Do you know Nicole?
I don't.
No, Nicole Sullivan from Mad TV and King of Queens is in it. And
Busey.
Busey! Who did that?
Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon, maybe you should come on the show.
Shannon. Thank you, Shannon.
Shannon in the morning.
Yeah, Shannon's covering my ass like he normally does. Jake Busey's in that, Gary's son. And it was great. It's got a lot of fun kids in it. It's like a spoof of all those teenage singing shows, And then
I love your friends are saying Boom Boom Bernard. That is hilarious. It is a great tag. That's a great name. What's your name? Boom Boom Bernard. What does that mean? No.
If you like it, follow it on
Follow me.
TikTok.
I'm on Boom Boom Bernard. About to get a million views in no time.
Yeah, I have so much content that was supposed to come out on TikTok this week, and I was too busy and lazy to put it up. So I promised everybody, and now I have to go back and fulfill my promises.
The whole social media thing is a crazy, crazy world. You don't know what's going to happen. 10 years ago, I had a clip hit 15 million,
Yeah,
but it was on some other channel.
yeah, and it's usually something that you least like expect.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not just saying this, and like I think it's fun sometimes, but like I just never thought I was going to have to be that kind of actor or entertainer. You know what I mean? I thought like my work would be my
yeah,
work.
wow. Yeah, wow.
Not, like,
No.
but there's things that like I get passed on because I know that they picked the more popular person.
Got to have the
you know,
social media. So make sure you follow Boom Boom Bernard.
on TikTok. And then just Jason Bernard everywhere else.
This is so cool. Look at it. More money,
Oh, wow.
more money.
You're rich.
That's coming from Gino. Thank you, Gino.
Wow. Those are for my galoshes.
Let's have some questions now for our guest, Jayson Bernard, whether you're here on Instagram or down here on Facebook. And ask that question and I'll get you that answer. Right now, let's see this.
Keep it clean,
Keep it clean.
Shannon.
Rose D'Alessio. Mike, I see you and Freddie Rubino are doing a show. Wish you would come to Queens. Ray Romano just finished a movie here about his background. Well, I'm from New Jersey and I'm really not from Long Island, but I will be in Long Island the last weekend of May at Governor's Comedy Club, Long Island, not too far from Queens. So if you could come out, that would be cool. And yes, Freddie Rubino and I are doing a show together for the 5th or 6th time this Saturday night at the Carteret Pack in New Jersey. But we're looking for questions from my guest right here.
I also want to ask a question too. How many of you go to the grocery store and when you go to the self-serve, you think to yourself, I don't work here. Whenever I go there and I have to go through that line, I think of your stand-up. I think of like, I don't work.
I don't work here.
I don't work here.
I'm doing a whole new thing now. You can get your taxes done at Walmart. So I went to go see the accountant, and much to my surprise, I know how to fill out taxes because I also do self-tax at Walmart. All right, check this out. I love you, buddy, over here, Shannon Brown. Let's check out Boom Boom Bernard in season 2 of Make America Italian Again. Come on. That could be like the thing we gotta whack this guy. What should we do? We better go get Boom Boom Bernard.
Ridiculous. Shannon has a movie coming out called Cancel, or Canceled the movie. And it kind of like makes fun of all of this nonsense of people canceling ridiculous things. So watch for that.
Here comes 2 questions. Jayson, do you keep in touch with the kids from the Goonies?
John, I think you're being an asshole, but I'm going to tell you I was never in the Goonies.
No, I think he's getting confused because of the Robert Davi thing.
Oh yeah, Robert.
Yeah. Robert Davi
in
was in the Goonies.
Either that, or he's calling me.
He's just friends with Goonies.
He's either that, or he's calling me Anne Ramsey, or what was her name? Annie Ramsey from Throw Mama from the Train. What was her name?
I forgot.
Evan. That wasn't me.
Wait
that
a
was
minute.
Evan.
I just had a question for Jayson here from Joe from Buenos Aires. What was your favorite project that you were in?
Oh boy. I kind of like the ones that I don't have multiple hats in. I think my favorite ones that always stick out to me are the ones that I can just be an actor. I do like producing, it is fun. And, I like to have a say in how the film and the creativity is going. But I think my favorite projects are the ones that I'm just an actor. I'm just strictly an actor in it.
Yeah, wearing a bunch of hats I could only imagine. Sometimes when I film my own specials and I'm in charge of I drive myself out of my mind.
And it hurts the creativity, I think, sometimes.
Yes, because I'm thinking about, why is that camera over there? Am I on?
Yeah, and someone's tapping on the shoulders. We're out of granola bars. I'm like, I don't care. I'm about to do a scene. I don't care about the granola bars. But probably, that's probably my thing. I like the Sleep Fairy stuff that I just did. I know they're just commercials, but I was really proud of those spots. So check out the Sleep Fairy. I think those are on my Boom Boom Bernard TikTok account if you would like to see them.
Do you have any? This is from Rose. Do you have any relatives in Ohio?
I do. A majority of my family is still in Ohio, including my parents, and my siblings, two of my siblings there, and a lot of them. Yep.
Here's a question for the both of us. What's your funniest moment on set?
I guess from the Christmas movie. I
have a couple. Or this is for you.
The first one that came to mind, I don't know if I can say.
What actor inspired you to be an actor?
Oh, I think we've talked about this, Shannon. I think that as long as I can remember, Sean Penn always comes to mind. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know the man. I don't know. But for some reason, I always really related to his choices. So Sean Penn would probably be one person. And then this one sounds really gay, but it was where you grew up and kind of like what you knew when you were a kid. Lindsay Wagner from The Bionic Woman. I don't know what it was about her, but she always made me want to be an actor. I thought it was just like, I thought it was interesting how, I always think it's interesting how someone can take the absurd and sell it to you as like, that it's real, like that it's, that it's real. I don't know. And
hey, listen, man.
She always like, I don't know.
The Bionic Man was an inspiration for a lot of people to want to be on television. Mm-hmm. And the Bionic Woman, for me, was like, wow, how good looking she is.
The other way around for me.
Yeah. Oh, well, hey. And you heard that right here on this show.
It was the other way. Yeah.
Where do you enjoy living more, California or Chicago?
If I ever became super loaded like Mr. Marino here, I'd be a snowbird. I would live in California during the winters, and in the summers, I'd be home in Chicago.
Oh, hey. That's what I try to do. Mm-hmm. I'm dodging the snow. Although here in California...
Yeah, we just had hail 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
So it was hitting the window.
Mystic River is the most underrated movie ever, mainly because of Penn.
Yeah.
Oh. That's not a question.
That's a hard, cold statement.
Yeah.
That's what he wants you to see and know.
What is your funniest moment on set? So I guess let's say...
From the movie when we were both on it?
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. I always thought it was funny that the house is literally falling apart around us when we were filming. We were filming in a house in Beverly Hills that was being torn down like literally the next week. So
yeah, that's right.
They stopped taking care of it. And strange enough, it was really raining hard that week. Remember, it was really bad that week too. And the house was literally falling apart around us, and we kept laughing because it became like an ongoing joke. You'd grab a doorknob and just pull it right off or something. And I think our wardrobe person, Lindsay, got locked in the bathroom for 20 minutes during a scene because the doorknob came off and we were filming. She didn't want to make any noise, so she was just locked in the bathroom that whole time until we yelled cut. So I think those are funny about the movie that we were together.
I'm going to say this. When we were on set making this project for Cousins in the Christmas, I think one of the funniest things to happen on the set was when I think it was the last day of shooting and the entire cast was there and a huge argument broke out.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to say it. I was like, I'm not going to say that. I of course you go there.
Everybody started yelling and screaming. There were tears.
Man.
And I'm standing there going like this. Is this movie making?
I was done.
Is this how you make a movie?
Yeah. Wow, that was
I'd much rather go to the Laugh Factory.
Yeah. I was like, we're done. Cut.
It's over. I don't know who ignited that. But some people, I know, when they don't get along, boy.
Yeah.
And this guy says this, and that person says this, and somebody starts to tear up, and I can't believe it. Yeah. And I'm sitting there going, oh, man, I'm hungry.
A lot of old school, men were on set. And
okay.
They handled,
not me.
No, they handled things a certain way, and like it caused a lot of problems. So. Yeah.
It's so not
We
necessary.
gave you the casts. You can decide for yourself who they are.
If Robert De Niro was here, he'd have said this. No, he wouldn't have. And I was like, wow, they know him. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
He never would have said that. Yes, he would have. I'm like, would he have?
I think a lot of the fighting came from people speaking in Italian and not knowing that other people knew Italian.
Yeah, wow.
And they knew what they were saying, and it caused a big a big thing. Yeah.
Isn't that something? But we got through it, and it's a successful piece. So you guys can actually see a lot of Jayson Bernard in a Hallmark film called Four Cousins and a Christmas. Where can they actually see it? I know it's on Tubi. You can Google Four Cousins and a Christmas. I think you should, folks. Now that we're talking about it like this, go take a look. You'll see Robert Davi, Terry Polo, Nick Totoro, Mike Lenoche, a plethora of great up-and-coming actors. The four leads actually have a lot of credits, too. I just can't think of everybody's name off the top of my head. Ava.
Ayla Kell. Let's see, we said Terry already. There was the sisters.
All produced and directed by Maria Kapp.
Yes, she was on the show, wasn't she? On the show?
Yes, she was definitely on the show. Maria and I are hoping to do some projects together. You guys know that I'm trying to make a TV series called Growing Up Grand, which maybe we'll talk to Jayson about when we're off camera. But
Rafaela
and Natasha Kapp.
They were the leads. Yeah, the two sisters in real life were sisters on the film. Rafaela and Natasha Kapp, which are Maria's daughters. And then Emily Gibson, that was the fourth girl. Mm-hmm.
Tori London actually has, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it, but I'll say a friend, and he's a heart specialist, and I went and saw him yesterday.
Oh, really?
That's what I got from that movie.
Oh, you got a
heart specialist.
See, you never know what you're going to get.
It's on Amazon Prime, Hulu, Tubi, and Peacock. Shannon, what would we do without you?
Shannon just wants me to pay him to be my manager.
Oh.
He wants money.
Yeah, well. Well, listen, folks, we've been chatting for almost an hour now, and we got to get going because it's raining like crazy here, and I have to walk Jayson to his car with my favorite umbrella that I use on the golf course. So we got a few more seconds if anybody wants to throw in a question, and in that moment right now, go ahead and tell everybody once again where we cannot find you because you've been hacked. Boom Boom Bernard
on TikTok.
And then
boom, Jayson Bernard everywhere else. Jayson with a Y, and then Mr. J Bernard on Twitter, which I'm never on, but Facebook and Instagram. I'm Jayson Bernard, my name, and please follow me. I'm like a loser.
Follow him. We need to bump that back up because he had some hacking problems. So listen, folks, thank you everybody for tuning in and hanging out with us tonight. I really appreciate you hanging out with us. Don't forget next Tuesday night and the following Tuesday night and every Tuesday night at 5 o'clock in California or 8 o'clock on the East Coast, live from my mother's basement. I'm actually going on tour tomorrow, and I'm going to be hitting New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Florida, and Connecticut, all in the next 3 weeks. So go to MikeMarino.net, subscribe to my newsletter, go to my YouTube channel, Mike Marino Live, watch some funny videos, and stay in touch. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us here on Live from My Mother's Basement. You can listen to us on iTunes, Google, Spotify, Anchor, and Italian American Radio out of New York City. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Patreon. We love Patreon. Send us some money. Send us more money, all right? We got to get going. Listen, make America Italian again, please. You know the motto. You don't know nothing, you don't say nothing, you don't see nothing. And how do I end every single one of my broadcasts? By always saying the same thing with my guest. Don't take no shit from nobody. You ready?
I'm ready.
Don't take no shit from nobody. See, we did that perfectly. You know why? Because he went to Second City.
Oh.
I'd have fucked it up. But he did it really, really good.
I watched the show.
Yes, he was. All right, my man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.